Hello, folks, and welcome inside Chiller Easton here as we're getting ready for our next game of the day. It's going to be the Assiniboine College Cougars and the Bishop's University Gators. Let's go ahead and turn it right over to the public address announcer for the introduction of the lineups for both teams.
Sorry for the delay. I do have the mic set. I like to keep it on 50. Sorry for the delay. But we're waiting also for the RNA form in the order to know the address to ship your replacement kit. I've given them 2 good addresses. Oh my God. But would appreciate it if you could fill out the form and return it to us on anything.
That's embarrassing. That has got to be embarrassing.
You know the special selection is going to ship the whole thing back if it's just a get it. RNA form is still required. So ready and talk. I want to ship it today. FedEx overnight to the Columbus, Ohio address listed on the script. If your next email is on overnight tracking number from FedEx, then on shipping form does not have a refund receipt. I do not receive replacement by Saturday, March 17, 2018. You're losing your customer.
I love that.
How do you know the medic's cold?
Alrighty, folks, so happy to have you with us here inside the Chiller Easton Center as we get ready to bring you pool play action from the Women's 2 ACHA Division 2 Women's Tournament. Today we've got the Assiniboine Community College Cougars going up against the Bishop's University Gators. Big game here in this one as both of these teams won yesterday. and they are sharing Pool D play. So these two teams both 1-0-0. So the winner of this one in the driver's seat to be able to claim the national tournament, the national semifinal spots with a victory. The netminders in today's game, Brooklyn Ellick will get the start. She got 16 of 17 in a 6-1 victory over North Dakota State University yesterday. While Bishop's University had a 4-1 victory over Adrian, they actually started Veronica Todd in the game yesterday, who got 22 of 23. In this game, it'll be Jessica Caputo, the sophomore goaltender from Montreal, getting the start. Two teams getting their final sort of group encouragements, and now they will spread apart and head to center ice for the opening faceoff. We'll try to get you up to date with the standings. We'll try to get you up to date with the pool standings as we get through this game. But first, let's get this game underway here. So the opening faceoff is going to be won and tipped on in by the Gators. Quickly looking to make a play back the other way are going to be the Cougars. The Cougars are in the dark jerseys. The white jerseys are what's being worn by the the Cougars are in the dark jerseys, I beg your pardon. Bishop's University Gators are in the white jersey, so want to make sure we got that right. And no score, 30 seconds in. Long shot in, and that's going to be put on and saved. In an early hold there by Brooklyn Ellick, and we will get a face-off coming up. See, I believe we've gotten a couple games into the books. Liberty versus Minot State. That's the only one we need to check on. See if we can't get a score for you on that game between Liberty and Minot. Outside of that, we are up to date with our tournament pool brackets here. So just sit tight on that, and we'll be able to let you know how important some of these games are down the stretch. Puck is in the offensive zone. And it's sent on in. Good job by the Gators there to put it further. That was Megan McGovern. It moves to the middle, and it's going to be brought on back. Good steal here, and an opportunity to rush on is going to be chipped on in. And that was number 16 for the Cougars, getting it deep. That is Haley Anderson. Right back the other way. Looks like the Gators want to gain speed. They will just chip it in as it hit the official as Underhill tried to tap it in further. End to end we go here. It's good pace to this one. Lauren Blight's going to send it in. That's just going to be blocked away by the netminder Caputo. Unable to clear the zone though there as they held the wall nicely, did the Bishops, and there's a shot on and a save. Or I should say the Cougars held the wall nicely, forced that opportunity, and we get a whistle and a face-off here. Again, Bishop's University Gators got the 4-1 victory over Adrian last night. Meanwhile, it was a 6-1 win for the Assiniboine Community College Cougars over NDSU. That puck's going to be angled in deep. It moves to the middle, and they try to feather one out of the zone. They cannot. Look out here. Turnover. They move in. The Cougars shot blocked, and it's just skittered off the bottom of the glove of Caputo. Now it's tied up below the goal line. Looking to spin one in front, and unable to do so there were the Cougars, but they're going to go ahead and jam it right back in. Cougars on the offensive here in the early going. Gators going to try the far side now. See if they got a way to clear it. They send it up through. It gets to the line, and now it's going to be poked out. A little bit of interference run there, and they break apart. No call coming. Back to get it was McGovern. Making a move here at center. Or, excuse me, back to get it was Frederick, and now Heidi's going to bring it over the line. Heidi moving in offensively. Back to get it there is D. Tomaso. It comes to the line, not out. Held in by the Cougars. That puck's going to end up in the far side corner off the stick of Rachel Charles. They retreat and retrieve the puck well, but a little miscommunication is going to send Parento out to center ice. Look out here. Could be a foot race on a 2-on-1. Good cancel out, and a centering pass ends up getting blocked before it could get to the middle. Now it's down below the goal line. They want to walk it out in front. Good job holding her post there by Ellick. They move it to the bottom of the dot, and there's a centering pass that got knocked away. Good collapse here, and it's going to end up being an early penalty coming up here to the Cougars, and the Waders will get the early power play. Early power play opportunity for the Gators as it's going to be a checking call upcoming. Who's jumping into the box? It looks like it's going to go to number 10 in black. And that is Parento. Time of this penalty, just the 3-minute and 10-second mark. Parento had a really nice game yesterday. 2 helpers on the way to the victory. And now we're getting an offensive zone facing off here for the team on the power play, the Gators. They send it wide. D to D didn't work there on the first opportunity. Falling down on the play was number 3, I should say, Deborah Burke, and it's going to end up being cleared the length of the ice. The Gators will turn back. Good little forecheck pressure applied by the Cougars, but it looks like the Gators are going to have a little time and space. Coming over to the near side, that's number 15 in white, Spooner. Spooner gains the line, or excuse me, that was 19. That was Briere trying to cut through. Hands it off on the wing, top of the circle, and they get it back over to Briere. Straight away, a one-timer, scores! It might have been redirected in front. Briere let it go, and quickly into the man advantage. It's a 1-0 hockey game. Briere definitely going to factor in on the score sheet. We'll wait to see if it was deflected on the way through, but anyway, it cut it. It's a 1-0 lead. And we are back to 5-a-side hockey after the power play goal. 16-14 on the clock. An early goal scored by the Gators, the home team, as they are the 2 seed out in the East region. Cleared to the line, not out. That's backhanded in and on, and a save was made. Now, I'll try to grab the official call and missed it, but it sounded like Briere gets the assist on the goal that was redirected, but most importantly, it's a power play goal at the 3:46 mark and an early lead here for the home squad. That's fired in. Behind the net, looking for an outlet here is Briere. She got forced, but still able to follow it up nicely along the outside rim of the near side circle. Turning on back is Briere. She couldn't get it out that way. They tried to rink wide. Throwing up the boards. A nice little keep there by Anderson. They backhand it right back into the Cougars to give chase. DiTomaso throws it around into the near side corners. Right now, the Cougars have the Gators pinned in. Good pressure here by the Cougars. That's going to be fired around. Maybe a little time and space and an opportunity to clear, as it will be shot down the ice. This is going to be an icing call as Burke put it the length, and that is definitely going to go far enough for an icing call. It's going to be an offensive zone face-off for the Cougars, back down to our left. The visiting Cougars seem to be a little bit more up to the task here in the early going. Even though Bishop's University has the first goal of the hockey game, the Cougars, I think, have really kind of carried the play here for the most part outside of the penalty, and then the goal scored on the power play. There's a turnover, and the puck is loose side of the cage. They bang away at it, and it's going to end up down below the goal line. The follow-up's going to come with the Cougars' number 7, McHugh. Sends it on back to the point. She's got it there, a drive, and there's a shot on and a save, and it came out the other side. I believe Rink let that puck back to the point for McHugh's shot. Now trying to keep it tied up to the board is the left defenseman, DiTomaso. Play down over to the circle. Another sweep up the wall. That was knifed down, but McHugh couldn't keep it in. And now skating back is Mead. She covered nicely, and turning with it here is Collier. Collier with a nice little play over the zone. Now to the near side of the rink, looking to get through is Neufeld. Neufeld will chip and now give chase as Briere throws the brakes on and wants to try the other way. Briere with the lead feed to Cunningham. Cunningham directs it to center, and now it's the Gators coming back the other way. Looking to dance on through, but unable to do so with Charette. But the follow-up comes down low by way of the Gators. It moves to the far side of the net. They tap it in, and it's just rolled wide. Great job there by Ellick to keep it away on the near side, and then on the far side, it's going to roll just wide. 2 aside do battle down low. Good win here by the Cougars. Good start to this one. Really good pace as we're already 6+ minutes into it. Dug out by the Cougars. Good puck protection here. Avoiding a little bit of a hook and chipping it in further was going to be number 4 in black, DiTomaso. Back to get it. And a stretch pass here gets down. Excuse me, it was not DiTomaso. That was sent in by Neufeld. It was now chased back to by the Gators in white, and that was led by McGovern. This is going to get up and a nice little cut through here. Trying to dance on in is Belanger. That doesn't work. Nice little move here. They cut to the middle. The shot was blocked. Rebound's going to be followed up, and another shot. That got blocked before it could get on goal. Belanger still goes and retreats. Sends it through to the middle. That's knifed down, and now we get a rush back the other way. 2 on 3 and just gaining the red line and throwing it in. No icing on that one as the red line had been gained, and looking to turn back will be the Gators. McCullough couldn't get by. Held in at the line there. Back behind the net to get it. DiTomaso, who's out there again, wants to move it wide. It goes into the far side corner, and it's sent right back in. Number 13, Rachel Charles, now trying to force the play in the offensive end. They're able to get it by her. They flip it sky high, and this is going to go the length of the ice, and it actually hit the ceiling. So that's going to be a whistle here and a face-off upcoming. With 12:30 to go in a pretty swift-moving first period, 4 shots aside, the lone goal scored by Bishop's University on the power play. This offensive zone faceoff is going to be won and controlled by the Cougars, who are on the offensive. They will see the puck get knocked into the corner down below the goal line. Looking to stretch it up ahead. That was intercepted and just flipped back in further, and a good play by Blight. Centering pass through, never found its mark. I believe that was Collier, though, trying to get to it. Blight moves to the front of the net. Collier moves it along. They get it to Blight in the slot, but a good defensive play as that was closed off quickly by number 20, Vantour Olette. Back to the point now. Moving on wide. Trying to get through is McHugh. Very active defensively. McHugh, or a defenseman that's active offensively, I should say. They rotate all the way around. There's a shot on, and that just missed on the tip wide. End to end we go here now. The Gators picking up speed. They're moving in. Little chip and chase time here as it's going to be Breer going in after it, and we're going to end up getting, I believe it's going to be an icing call. Or was it an offside? Did she chip it a little bit too soon? It looks like it's going to be an offside call because both teams making changes with 11:42 to go here in the first stanza. Offensive zone faceoff for the Cougars. They still play with it on the faceoff dot. Finally, it gets knocked over to the near side boards, and this is going to give the Gators an opportunity to tip it out to center. They weren't able to on first attempt as that got blocked on the way through. Trying to do so was Vantour Olette, and now it's going to be sent in. Deflected, no icing. Briere, she's been active here in this game as she's buried into the corner looking to get it out. 2-on-1 battle with 2 Cougars down there versus 1 player on the other way. And they loosen it up just to get right back in a scrum. I believe that's Frederick in there. And Briere trying to push it on further. Puck came out in front, nearly a turnover, and now it's going to be knocked free, and now we're going to get a foot race. Here we go, and a one-on-one race is going to be won back by the Cougars, and then the first clearing attempt nearly didn't work. Second attempt does get down the ice, and circling with it's McGovern. She'll hand it on across, stretch pass through the middle, gets up to Charette, who will redirect it in deep. Tapped on off the boards, and looking to wind up here will be the Cougars. First lead feed is a good one. In full flight, tapping it off the boards was number 10 in black, Parento. You'll see a lot of her tonight. Corralled in, but actually overskated a little bit by Lauren McCullough, the defenseman there. And this is going to give the Cougars an opportunity to try to set it up again. McHugh, point shot, missed wide on the short side. Help comes in down low by way of Blair Bodie. Little pass back to herself by Charles. And it's turned over. Bishop's University looks to clear. They get it as far as the outside rim of the circle. They'll swing it out even further as Armand got it as far as center, and that's sent back in. That was 18, not 13, McCullough, who is the one that got it in. That's fired up ahead. This is going to be an icing call with 9:55 to go, and we've been stuck on 4 shots aside, but still really good action pretty much here, end to end. .9:55 on the clock and an offensive zone face-off for the Cougars. That's going to be cleared back to center and chipped right back in, and this will be held by the Gators. And with 9:42 to go, it should be a timeout here. Let's see if the officials take it. Yep, timeout upcoming here. We've put 10 10 minutes, 18 seconds into the books. We're going to go ahead and step aside. We'll come back with more in the ACHA Division II Women's Tournament.
The 2018 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Aries Sportswear, the official merchandise sponsor of the ACHA. Howie's Hockey Tape, the official hockey tape of the ACHA. And by the Three-Legged Mare, located right in the heart of downtown Columbus.
As we're back to action here as the media timeout has expired. Looking to get right back on the offensive is the Cougars, as they've probably had a slight territorial advantage, even though they actually trail 1-0 in this game. It's tied up along the near side boards. They try to dig it to the line and out, and they will. They gain the line, and a diagonal dump to the far side corner was put in by Belanger. It comes free, though, and Rink is going to bring it back. Rink with a 1-on-3. He's going to go all the way below the goal line and just kind of threw it towards the cage, and that nearly caused some troubles there as Caputo didn't get as much of it as she probably wanted to. Kind of left it hanging there. 18 in black. That is Heidi with an elite feed, but they can't make the second pass out of the zone cleanly. Ventura Olette goes in on an offensive foray after knifing down a pass. Cougars will now try to clear it through the middle, deflected down and brought on. Handed off on the wing with speed over the line. Doherty had it poked away. Good follow-up there, and just slapping it into an open wing was Heidi. Cleared and swept to the line again. Again, not out though. Good job by the defensewoman here. The defensewomen for the Cougars from Assiniboine Community College. They are doing a great job keeping pucks in at the blue line. That's flipped into the far side corner where Gauthier now is going to look to clear it up. They get it to the short boards, and it now will be chipped to center. Pouncing on a loose puck and firing it right back in will be Heidi. Out to play will be the netminder Caputo. She'll tee it up. It was McGovern who played it to an open wing, and it gets all the way out to center, and a good play by Sherratt. Now they tie it up at center, and digging it right back out and bringing it right back in over the line is going to be McHugh. McHugh back to the net, spinning, centering pass didn't connect. McHugh now looking to just force her way to the middle. It's loose, and diving down on it, it's still loose. And finally, it's going to be grabbed by the netminder. Good job there by Caputo, I beg your pardon, as it's been a heck of an attack here in this first period by the Assiniboine Cougars, really taking it to the Bishop's University Gators. We did get up-to-date standings for you here. Now we just got to find where we put them, because that's how it works. Oh, here we go. We'll get to those in a minute as quickly we drop the puck and play on now. That's chip and chase time. Going in after it will be number 12 in white, Sherratt. She just couldn't get in there, or Sherratt, I should say. Looking to reverse flow is Latuzel. She had a big game yesterday. Latuzel, side of the net, couldn't get it all the way on goal. Held in deep though. Latuzel, spinorama play below the goal line and trying to bang away at it, and it's going to be held. And a big stop there by Ellick. So we've got in Pool A, Lakehead and Boston College both 2-0. Montclair 0-2. Minot with a victory today. They will move to 2-0-2, or 2-0-0, and 4 points. Liberty now 0-1-0-1 as they have an overtime loss and a regulation loss. So that's only 1 point. Buffalo is also 0-2. So Minot basically, they are guaranteed to advance as they have a 3-point lead with 1 to go. Delaware and has a 1-game lead on Loyola and North Dakota State or University. So but those games still to come later on, I believe. Actually, Delaware might be playing right now, and they are trailing by a score of 3-2, if you can believe that. And that could really change it as they're playing the Adrian College Bulldogs. And last but not least, it is Assiniboine and Bishops. These two are going to be playing really probably for Group D bragging rights, as Adrian already 0-1, and these two teams 1-1. So it's going to be an uphill climb, and it's going to be an interesting final day, depending on, and actually, really, it pretty much does guarantee it, unless there's overtime, because if there's overtime, then somebody might get a point, and it'll be a 4-3 game, and then it might not come down to differential, depending on what happens tomorrow. So just wanted to run down those situations for you. Both teams kind of having some puck opportunities here. Nothing really on goal as the Cougars looks to pin the puck in deep. The majority of the play has been down to our left, as the Cougars have had the puck the majority of the time. Although, again, it's the Gators who hold a 1-0 lead. Two aside do battle down below the goal line. It's going to be kicked up to the far side boards, looking to protect and now get it out to center, but unable to there cleanly was Armand. That's slapped back in. Good little spinorama play there as they try to clear it out to center. That doesn't connect, and now it's going to be redirected up to center ice. Good little force there and a nice defensive play as Underhill really tried to force that puck up ice. That's fired around, redirected twice. We'll get to the line, and the Gators do sweep it out. They could have a 1-on-2, and they decide to dump it in, and it's time for them to change. Rolling in after it is Vantoro Lutt. On the backhand, it's McHugh. She reverses flow. A little bit of time and space here for the Cougars on the near side. It's corralled and brought in by Bodie. Bodie taps it off the boards. Bodie had a goal in last night's game, as, again, they beat North Dakota State 6-1. Turnover forced by the Cougars. They've been good offensively here. That's going to be taken back, though, by Spooner, firing it around to the short boards on the far side. Kicked back in as number 3, Burke helped keep it in for a moment, or tried to help get it out for a moment. That did not work, and now the Gators have it and maybe a 2-on-2 rush. And instead they peel off in a change that's thrown in by Vantoro Lutt. Long bomb pass here as it finally is going to make its way to Parento. She spins and swings it in wide. Blair Bodie looking to catch up to it, and that puck's going to be deflected. Up and out of play. Whistle will sound with 4:32 to go. 1-0 our score. Bishop's University leading 1-0 over the Cougars from Assiniboine College, Community College. But Assiniboine probably carrying the play here throughout the majority of this game, I'd say so far, outshooting the opposition by a total of 6-4. And they're looking for more. They lay it on into the far side corner. That's just going to be directed and helped out into said corner by Caputo. This is now going to squirt over to the near side. They play it in deep. That did not connect. Second swipe at it was made by number 17 in black, McGovern, who was in deep. And now it's going to come out as the Gators, or 17 in black, I beg your pardon, is Frederick. Long bomb passes. It's brought in by Doherty. Sent to the middle. That didn't connect, and as Frederick had it but couldn't move on through with it. Tipped off the near side boards. The follow-up's going to come by way of number 12, Charette. She looks to push it on further. They tie it up. It's played to the middle. Look out here. Moving on through. Charette on the backhand. Couldn't really do much with it. Or, excuse me, it was another forward. I think that might have been 6 Cunningham trying to dance on through. Anyway, you cut it. It didn't really work. And behind the net, it's going to be Heidi. Played around to the corner, and that's going to be Anderson. Anderson looking for an intended receiver. She'll find help by way of Heidi. Lead feed caromed off the skate of a player. And it will end up getting out to center as Armand couldn't pull it in cleanly. Cougars race back, protecting the puck well as they get over the line. Neufeld tips it on further into the corner. Cutting it off there is Gauthier making a nice defensive play, and that's going to allow the Gators to bring it back. 3:14 on the clock in a 1-0 hockey game. A drop pass is nice. They move it to the top of the circle. A shot save, and the rebound's going to be spiked away. Fresh defenseman coming in off the bench. There's a shot, and that deflected and just missed wide. The goaltender, Alec, was moving to the right. It came back to the left after the deflection, but it ended up still going wide. And now it's going to be a rush back the other way. In full flight is Rink. Rink got pushed off on a nice defensive play, though, by DiTomaso. Two aside do battle in the corner. It's dug out by the Gators. They will make a play to the near side. Nice job throwing the brakes on and sending it rink wide. That won't have enough for icing. Gators trying to complete a change, as are the Cougars. So both teams just kind of set back and relax here with 2 minutes, 29 seconds to go in a pretty swift moving first period. That's redirected in as Blair Bodie gets it deep. The follow-up's going to come by way of Spooner. Spooner tried to push it on further. She's down, back up, and again, that was 19 Breer, not 15. Jersey tucks get me all the time. Ponytails are the other things that can kill me, trying to call numbers out, but I believe that's 15. Maybe they might both be out there. Anyway, Cougars have the puck. They try to move it to the middle. Good job breaking that up by Paris. Everything to the outside of the Cougars. Now they look to move it to the middle and do a one-timer, and a save was made, and the rebound is going to be held as Caputo had to make a great stop there, and she did on the original shot, and then the rebound she was able to collapse off before the opportunity came back by. With 1:52 to go in a swift-moving first period, we have an offensive zone face-off coming up for the Cougars. It's where the majority of the play has been, and they steal one there, and they come on through, and a chance that just didn't quite work. Now the Gators look to get back on the offensive. A spinorama shoot-in by Charette, and that's going to end up being an icing call. So with 1:37 to go, it's going to be an offensive zone face-off for the guests. They are the decided guests because the Assiniboine is 3 in the West. They're playing the 2 in the East, so higher number gets the seed. Face-off's going to be won and sent right back in there by the Cougars. That was Doherty doing that. Doherty now makes herself a receiver on the far side, on the near side of the rink. Never came to her. Now it does. Doherty right on the line. In the circle slot. Moved back to the point. That's just wide. Doherty another chance. That's blockered away. Couple more shots put on. That's going to move the shots to 6-9. Or excuse me, I should say 9-6 in favor of the team up front. Now there's a play to the middle. It's just stabbed at and moved just wide. All Cougars here as the final couple of minutes toil down here in period number 1. It's cleared and swept out to center. Blair Bodie, or excuse me, that was number 6, Cunningham doing that. Again, quick changes coming both ways as they pick up speed and move it on in again. Trying to get wide as the Cougars captain, number 19, Brooke Mead. She couldn't get it all the way in deep, and now the Gators trying to get back to it, but it was controlled at center ice, and drifting on back is McHugh. Seems like she's getting a lot of ice time here. Trying to bulldoze her way through is Blight. Blight got tripped up, played to the far side boards, and now the Gators will be able to get to it. It's into the glove of number 16 in black, as Haley Anderson's going to play it down. Near turnover there, but the puck's going to squirt free, and good job keeping the line by number 18 in white, McCullough. McCullough holds the line again and taps it in further. She gets helped along the board by Armand, who puts it in even further. A little bit of a push on there by Belanger into the final 10 seconds of the period. Again, the Gators keep it in tight along the offensive zone wall. 3 aside Dubanel there with 1 second in, now none, as the first period comes to a close in what has been a pretty fast-moving and exciting game so far, as the Bishops University Gators will skate off trailing by leading by a score of 1-0, but the Assiniboine Community College Cougars have nothing to be upset about. They played a very good period of hockey, outshot the opposition 9-6. Folks, we're going to step aside. When we come back, second period action coming on up. Welcome back inside Chiller Easton here as we're ready to get the second period underway between the Assiniboine Community College Cougars and the Bishops University Gators. Face-off coming up at center ice to get us underway in period number 2. Shots on goal were 9-6 in favor of the Cougars, but they trail by a score of 1-0. 9 shots, and as we said, BU with 6, but they get the power play goal. They cash in on the lone advantage with Parento off in the box. BU will score on the power play, and we're going to get an icing call here. Just 22 seconds in to period number 2. 19:38 still left on the clock. Offensive zone face-off here. It's going to be followed up, and down falls the official. She's back up and at it, as it's going to be a 2-on-2 over the line. Didn't quite connect there as it was knocked off. Trying to cut on through was Armand. Or excuse me, that was 13 the other way. That was Charles trying to cut on through. They bring it in again. Good little chip and chase opportunity here. And it's going to be swept back out to center ice as the Cougars were unable to handle it. They send it across D to D. Quickly in full flight again, they come over the line. Parento, shot on save, rebound, Parento, and it just rolled off the goaltender on the side of the cage. Rebound comes back up into the line, doesn't get out on first attempt, but now it's going to go out, and that's going to be an icing call. I think the player number 9 in white, and they waved it off. Didn't really see why they waved it off, but okay, they waved it off. Let's play on. Quick little tap pass back. 19 Meade avoided a check, and it's going to split the 2 defensemen, come out to center ice where it's going to be controlled now by Gauthier. Playing it up ahead and carrying it on through. That's 21 Bellinger. Sends it to the middle and unable to come up with it cleanly was Armand. Bellinger now looking to follow up. Bellinger has it tied up along the boards. Pushed it on further and a good play by Armand. She now looks to gain control in the corner. It comes back to the line, and now it's just going to be rolled out to center by Alderson. Found at center by Briere and just laid right back in deep. Full scale changes now by the Bishops University. That stretch pass got slowed up. Dangerous feed, but it found its mark anyway. Now Bishops looks to break out. After that puck was turned over just inside the blue line. Unable to keep it in at center ice was the Cougar captain, number 19, Brooke Meade. And the Cougars have it on back. Neufeld, rink wide, now carries it in over the line. Neufeld trying to dance on through, could not. Held on in though by Blight. Back to Neufeld, unable to get a stick on it there was Parento. And this puck's going to come to center ice. Cougars got to wait for everybody to touch up, which they do, and now they'll pour right back in after it. That's sent on through the middle. Deflected on down and now carried on through the middle, and that's just firing it in deep. Number 20 in white, Van Tor-Olette, as her mates needed a change, and this the second period, the period of the long change. Neufeld wanted to carry on through. She could not, and then she tries to backhand it in further. It's going to be shot into the forehand corner. Carried on through, and a 2-on-2 over the line. Looking to get wide, lowering the shoulder, trying to cut to the middle, and unable to do so with Charette. Charette now backhands it in further. It's played to Latuzelle. Latuzelle carries it to the dot, outside rim of the circle. Now, what a spinorama move there, and that shot just was saved inside of the net. Another opportunity there for Cunningham. Wouldn't go. To the line, one hand on the stick, and that's a big keep in the offensive zone. And using this opportunity will be Elk to hold it on to it, and we will have a face-off coming up. Puck on, and that's going to be rolled right on goal, and we're going to do that face-off again. Off the draw again, right in the dot it lays. That's going to be played on, not out though. Good job there as they cut off the clearing attempt by number 13, Charles. Puck's going to be pushed around in the near side corner. A little bit of a stick lift attempt, didn't really work as Armand had gotten over to keep it in. Now looking to help box out is Belanger. To the far side of the rink it goes, where it looks to be cleared out by Heidi. It does not get out. It's held in at the line. Good job there by Belanger to push it right back in further. Tapping it around is going to be McCullough. She wanted to get it past Cunningham or help out or get it to Cunningham to help clear the zone. And the Gators doing a much better job here pinning the Cougars back with 15:45 to go here in the second period. That's a long bomb stretch pass. Trying to fight on through, but unable to catch up to it was number 6, Blair Bodie. Turning in her own end is Parento. Parento had it knocked off her stick. It's going to be rolled on goal and held. And you'll hear that name, Parento, a lot. 2 assists in last night's game. 2 goals for number 16, Haley Anderson. Kind of paced that squad. Meanwhile, on the other end, it was number 18, Laura McCullough, who had 2 goals and an assist, as well as Adrienne Charette, who had a goal and an assist for a 2-point night. Angling it into the far side. They do battle along the far side boards into the corner. They sweep it up the wall to the Cougars, trying to get it out. And they will send it to the middle. Could be an on-man rush here, or at least a rush anyway. They move in, looking to get wide, and that shot's going to go right across the front of the net off the stick of Aaron Doherty. Puck bounces down in the face-off dot, and circling back for a moment were the Waiters, but they do get it out, or the Gators, I'm sorry. They do get it out, and now trying to get it in deep is McHugh. She ran out of real estate and has to play it on back. Frederick over to the near side, looking for a lead feed as it's sent ahead by Meade. The follow-up comes by way of Alderson. Sends it to the middle. Look out here. Backhand chance. That just didn't work. That's thrown towards the cage, and it's going to end up being deflected up and out of play on that shot by Meade with 14:38 on the clock. Shots, it's still a 3-shot spread toward the Bulldogs bench, or towards the Cougars bench, I beg your pardon, as they are out shooting the opposition 11-8. Full sail changes being finished up here by the Cougars. And Rink will settle in to take this face off for the visitors. They are in the black jerseys. Are the Cougars from Assiniboine College. And they have the puck now. They look to lay it in deep. Good help comes by way of the Gators, who are from Bishop's University and wearing the white. A turnover to the middle. They try to feather a backhand pass through. That didn't connect. And now it's dug out on the far side boards. Looking to get it in front was Neufeld, but she got turned away. Centering pass there, but they tie up the stick of number 8, Blight, and this puck's going to come to center. Looking for a play rink wide is Latuzel. She sends it on, and now it's going to be gaining the line, red line and shooting it in. It's going to be McGovern. To the near side corner where Anderson has it. Played back up along the near side boards. It doesn't have enough to get out. Nice little keep here. They move it to the middle. There's a point shot on, and that didn't miss the post by much. Having to retreat back to come and get it and help out is Neufeld. They try to clear it around the far side boards. It gets to the short glass, not out. Puck rolling free in the middle. Who's going to get it? And it's going to end up being out to center ice on a big play. They try to cut him off, but it's still being carried on by Belanger, but she carried it in on an offside play. Whistle will blow with 13:28 to go. We got a little bit more clarity again on that national picture here, or the tournament. Big game tomorrow in the A pool, as Lakehead will play BC tomorrow. Both of those teams with 2 wins. Winner of that one basically headed on to the national semifinals. In Group B, Minot State has already survived the B pool, so they will play on. Right now, in the rink right next door to us here on the late offside, Delaware they are one of the better teams in the country. I believe they were the 1 seed, but they trail 4-2 against Adrian in a cross-pool matchup. So if Delaware should fall, Loyola and North Dakota State, who each still have games later on tonight, could put themselves in a position to possibly win that conference, or win that pool. And this game here, Assiniboine versus Bishop's University, the winner of this one, if in regulation, will be in the driver's seat to hold down that 4th spot. So make sure you stay with us here on the ACHA YouTube network. to figure out how all this is going to play out here at the D2 level for the women's. And I believe the Bulldogs actually looks like they just struck again, so they have now a 3-goal lead on the number 1 seeded Delaware squad. Meanwhile, back to this game. We get a 3-on-1 race, and it's going to be won back by the team in white. That is the Gators. They'll play it around to the near side. It never found its way all the way through as it was taken away, and looking to move it back to the point was Bodie. She does just that. Held by Meade. Angled back in further into the far side corner. Di Tommaso plays it up the wall, but again, Meade will activate. Move down below the red line. Couldn't take the puck with her, so she'll get help by way of number 6, Cunningham. Or excuse me, the number 6 was Bodie helping out, and that's going to roll the length of the ice as McHugh will come back, and that will be an icing call. You will get a whistle and a face-off with 12:17 to go in period number 2. Shots have been stuck on 11-8 for a while now. They were 9-6, so 2 shots each way, as they were 9-6 after period 1. Offensive zone face-off here for the Cougars as they look to get the equalizer. Puck up the glass, and it's going to be jabbed at, but then get further. That's going to be backhanded across. And finally, it's going to be gobbled up by Spooner. She'll hit it off the boards, and it'll get out to center. Taking a whack at it, but missing it was Vantour Olette. Now coming over to help out along the far side wall is going to be McCullough. They forced a turnover. There was one hand on the stick. Spooner swept it up. Doesn't get out, though. Look out here. They turn it in down low. Sharp angle shot didn't get through. Another chance to the middle. And that shot never got its on goal. Looking to spank it out the center was Vantour Olette. Didn't on the first opportunity. We get a collision back behind the play. And it's the Cougars in control at center. No shots. They continue the pressure, but no shots as that outlet pass caromed off the skate of Frederick, and she's got to drift on back along with her teammates. With a little time and space, Neufeld. She'll carry it in over the line. Throws the brakes on just inside the blue. And it will roll all the way back to center again as Anderson had to help out. Here's a diagonal dump into the near side corner. Neufeld in full flight will grab it. Throws it to the middle, and that missed everybody on a play in front. Now a backhand centering pass by the Gators. That got cut off, and now it's going to be brought in offside as Meade tried to bring it on in, but it was an offside play with 11:04 to go here. Again, we've been kind of locked at the 11-8 shot mark for a while. I don't want to say that anybody's going into a defensive shell this early, but it has been a bit of a defensive finish here, or a defensive period for the most part, as both teams have collapsed around their net well. The Gators had gained the line. It got kicked right back out to center ice. And now along the near side boards, it's going to be spiked on in by Armand. Trying to tie it up along the wall is McHugh. It's helped there by Neufeld. Clear to the line and out. It's going to roll right by Gauthier. Are they going to say that she could have played it? Yeah, they're going to say that Gauthier could have played it, so no icing here. As McGovern has it in the far corner, and she'll cycle it back through to Gauthier. Tapped off the near side boards, and it's not going to be carried on and through. Charette trying to battle on. She got canceled out and forced. Behind the net, it's taken away by Meade. Meade plays it up. Deflected into the air and trying to push it on further with Charles. That doesn't work. It's still tied up along the short boards on the far side. Dug out, moving to the middle there was Belanger. She still has it in her skates. Belanger still has it. Tried to send it on through, and it just went behind the forward cutting to the net. Now the Gators move on through again. That shot blocked up in the air and will end up over in the left wing corner. Trying to just fire it around is McHugh. She will do just that. It gets to the short boards no further. And a little bit of open ice as that's where the Cougars bank it out to center ice. They tie it up there. Looking to come in and help out is going to be Parento. She wanted to make a little move to the middle. That was cut off, and Gauthier is going to clear it right back out to center ice. This is going to be controlled and grabbed. Played D-to-D style as Anderson whips it across. It comes back over to the near side. Looking to stride into it, it's going to be Bodie. Bodie got cut off. Good defensive play there by Belanger. As again, we play catch basically in between the face-off dots. Neither team really been able to get much offensive deep zone pressure working here. Tied up along the boards, poked back up to the line. Still in though, as it actually didn't get all the way up to the line. And the Cougars are going to have to try to clear it the other way. Little stick-on-stick crime there, and that's going to roll all the way down. And this is going to be waved off as they're going to say that Di Tommaso could have played it. That hit a stick, glanced back to the boards, and just spiked right back in deep by Heidi. Down below the goal line, looking to cut in is Alderson. She had her stick lifted and now puts herself in a position. There's a one-timer, and it hit the far post and rolled away just wide. Good opportunity right there. Maybe the best in a while. Now they move it to the middle, and again, just unable to get it under control as Alyssa Alderson. There's a one-timer. They score! Tie game! Heidi! 1-1. A great little pass in front after all sorts of pressure as they celebrate the goal that ties the game. Big goal right there as the Cougars from Assiniboine Community College have tied us up here at the 11-minute, 31-second mark. And again, I believe that should be to Haiti. They are in again. The Gators try to cancel that. They're going to give an assist to Frederick on it. And now a bring back by the Gators as they need to get some offense going here. They only had six shots in the first. They've only had 2 since. Meanwhile, Assiniboine has only really been credited with 4, and now we're going to get a penalty upcoming. And I believe it's going to kind of be a retaliatory sort of thing, as who's skating off here? It's going to be number 10, Parento. The diminutive forward is going to head off, and after tying the score, that's probably the last thing that the Cougars wanted to deal with. Parento going off. Time of the penalty is going to be 12:08. It's going to be a high sticking call. And an offensive zone face-off here for the Gators to try to work to the man advantage. They are 1 for 1 on the man advantage as they scored, and the only other penalty in this game is Parento went off for checking. Now Parento's off for high sticking. And we get an offensive zone face-off down to our left. The Gators been stuck on that 8-shot mark for a while, so they'll look to just at least try to get some offense here established, although again, they've only given up 4 this period, and a total of 6 shots have been credited for either team. Falling down and unable to clear it, though, that would have been a bit of opportunity, but instead it's held in at the line by Charette. They give and go. Charette hands it off to the middle. Looking for a shot. Now they give it to the circle, send it rink wide, and unable to catch up to it with Charette there. Now played on straight away. Top of the circle, far side. Tipped on through, and they score! Melange in front. The second power play tally of the game. And Parento's been in the box for 2 goals against. And Melange will get the goal. That should be assisted by number 9, Latuzel. The goal there for Belanger will be her first of the postseason. Let's put that one on the board at the 12-minute and 35-second mark. Just less than 30 seconds after the original penalty, a power play tally. And now a penalty coming right up to the Gators. Right off the draw, a tripping call upcoming, and we will have an offensive zone face-off for the Cougars now. 12 minutes and 39 seconds, so literally 5 seconds after the goal, we get a tripping call. So 2 for 2 on the power play, and this is going to be the first power play opportunity now for the Assiniboine Community College Cougars. And they will win a draw and look to go to work here. They send it rink wide. Looking to find a little bit of an alleyway. They now working onto the hash marks along the far side, near side circle. Back to the middle by Anderson. They also give an assist on that goal to Briere. Sharp angle shot, save made, and the rebound's going to be cleared away as that was let go off the stick of number 15, Alderson. They still keep the pressure on with 1:23 to go in the man advantage. Working on the outside rim of the far side circle. There's a shot on that blocked, rebound in front. Oh, and what a glove save and a reach back as Caputo gloves that one in with 6:36 to go in the period and 1:15 remaining on the man advantage. Off the draw, it's going to be one and clear down the ice. And an opportunity to reload here as the Cougars are going to have to go to the length of the ice. Good pressure on the penalty kill put on there by the Gators as that was all done by number 12, Charant. 2 points in last night's game, and now she comes out, makes a strong defensive play. And the Cougars have an offensive zone face-off, or a defensive zone face-off, or a neutral zone face-off is where it's going to end up being while working on the power play. Circling on back, that's number 7, McHugh. McHugh stops below the goal line, waits, lets her mates turn, and now she'll lead the rush. Good first pass. Collier's going to tap it off the board. They look to move it to the middle. Neufeld could handle it cleanly, and that smacked right back down the length of the ice. Meade will look to reload. She stops in the dot. Oh, she fanned on the outlet, but luckily the Cougars were coming back and able to make a play. That's tossed ahead. And they say it's an onside play, but it gets pushed right back out to center, so Meade's got to drop it on back. They go D to D. Meade looks to stretch it. That's a good lead feed. Over the line is Bodie. Bodie had her stick lifted on a good defensive play by Cunningham to get the stick lifted. They couldn't clear the zone, though. Good job keeping the pressure on. Tied up along the boards. As they drift on back to make sure that not an odd man rush is created, but now 4 aside in the zone, they jump in, and that shot was blocked and didn't miss that near side post by much. They joust away along the near side boards. That's going to be dug away. It could be a 2-on-1 if they hurry. In full flight is Belanger. Belanger moves through, a screen shot just over the crossbar. Belanger on it again, a shot. That's a save that's made. Rebound, and now the Cougars need to clear it out of the zone quickly. Net angled off the boards, held in. Backhanded on through. They tried to hit Ventura-Let coming through. No penalty on that play as carrying it through the Blue Jackets logo at center is Bodie. That got spiked out to center, and it's just going to be rifled back in by McHugh. Delayed offside, giving them an opportunity to set up here. That lead feed's going to be directed down, and the Cougars are turning in their own end, looking for a place to break out. We've got 4:26 left on the clock. 16 carrying on through, that's Haley Anderson. Anderson gets wide, throws the brakes out on the far side circle. A little bit of a collision in front, ref says play on. The Cougars working it to the outside. Now they send it on back to the point. Heidi, over. Looking to step into one, a drive, and that didn't get all the way through. I believe that was Alderson with the opportunity. Cleared to the line and out. And now carrying on is going to be number 20 in white, Ventura-Let. She couldn't get through. Spinorama, bank off the boards. Frederick will get it deep, but she gets it deep in what will end up being an icing call. Meanwhile, behind us, Delaware down 2 with an empty net. Or down 2 while on the power play with just 30 seconds and counting to go. It's going to be potentially a really big upset. But they at least get it out of the pool, so that'll help them as they beat Loyola yesterday, and that's going to be chipped to center. Let's get back to this game, though. It's got 3:39 and counting. Spinorama play to get it on in deep. Nice work there by Latuzal. Lead feed was just a little bit out of the reach of Neufeld, and that's going to roll back down. D-to-D passing here. DiTomaso gave it on, and a circling outlet pass. Could be a 3-on-2. Good read there at center as Anderson didn't let that get through. And another good read as Collier stole that, and another read allows it to be brought in. Neufeld, a rising shot, and a glove save, and a good-looking snare by a very confident goaltender in Jessica Caputo, as she will hold with just 3:09 to go in the period. And it's late in the period, but nonetheless, we will go ahead and take a timeout. 3:09 to go, period number 2. We're coming back after this brief but important timeout. Alrighty, folks, welcome back inside Chiller-Easton, and we do have a final next door. So a victory for Adrian will move them to 1-1, and they will play Assiniboine tomorrow. And Delaware with the loss, they will fall to 1-1 in their pool. So they got 2 points. I believe Loyola and North Dakota State, still one of the games that we have coming up here tonight. And Assiniboine and Adrian will play tomorrow, as well as Loyola and the Bishops University squad. So still a lot of action, still a lot to be determined here as this series winds on down, or this first pool play winds on down. The only thing we know is that Minot State is advancing, and Lakehead and Boston College are playing an elimination game tomorrow. That's all we know for sure, as that puck's going to be brought over the line. We still got a lot left to determine elsewhere. Offensive zone face-off, or I should say center ice neutral zone face-off. Settling into it here is going to be Collier. She'll go up against Belanger. Belanger will win it back and sent on in. McCullough fired it in. A little bit of a drop pass there. McHugh. Smooth play to the circle. They couldn't get it out, but a nice follow-up here, and Meade's going to pick him up and set him down. She gets it as far as the red line. Couldn't really get it any further. There's a secondary pass, and now Collier's going to bring it in. Left wing side to the bottom of the circle. She fires a bad angle shot. That hit a body in front and never really connected. This is going to be jammed around the near side boards and will carry them all the way out to center ice. Looking to drift back. D-to-D passing here. They gain the red and they move it on in. That outlet was blocked, and now trying again to clear it will be McGovern. It does get as far as center ice here. Rink wide feed, never found Underhill. Good follow-up and a good backhand play in by Bodie. She'll look to follow it up. Wants to cut to the middle. Good little spin away from the middle by McCullough. Two aside Duban along the near side boards. It's going to be dug out and brought back. This could be a 2-on-1. They might have numbers. Belanger moving in, winding and firing and saving the rebound. Came loose. And it's now going to quickly be turned back by the Cougars. Tapped off the board. A little bit of a toe drag and carried in by Parento. She just couldn't keep the play going. Back out to center it comes. Number 18, Heidi just sends it in. It kind of hit a stanchion and went in awkwardly. Turning away from trouble and outletting it here are the Gators. That caromed in off a skate of, I believe that was number 2, Collier. Might have been number 7, or excuse me, number 2, Underhill. Might have been Paris. Anyway, you cut it though, it's rolled down in deep. Down below the goal line, it's going to be grabbed by number 11, Gauthier. Gauthier, stretch pass. Flipped on in with 1:13 to go in period number 2. Those are going to send it around the far side where Heidi tries to clear it. Doesn't get out. Shot to the middle. Oh, and a big kick save there. As needing to be fast was Alec. To the line, red line, and now right back in by the Gators. Charette in deep. They throw the brakes on. Charette never really came to her. On the backhand, it's moved through, and a good job seeing through the legs there to make a stop by Alec. She's been solid tonight. That is her 11th save on 13 shot opportunities. Clock winks down to the final 40 seconds. That shot was blocked on the way through and cleared out to center ice. Gators put it right back in deep to late offside. They're going to pour right in and after it now. Heidi with it behind the net. Long stretch pass, and it caromed off the top of the net. She was hoping to hit the boards, and it ended up getting the top of the net. With 27.8 left, 2-1 our score in what has been a pretty entertaining hockey game between the Bishops University Gators and the Assiniboine Community College Cougars. A period that still sees 27.8 seconds remain on it. Off the draw here, it's one on back by the Cougars, and unable to deal on further was Meade. Side of the net, it's loose! They bang away at it, and they tried to knock the netminder Ellick in. The referee says no. And with 20.3 on the clock, no goal scored on that, but a big stop by Ellick. Huge player right there. And they'll go 2 and 2. Two fresh defensemen coming in. As the Gators, I think, stuck with their same 5. Into the final 20 seconds of the period. Puck's thrown on, and that was kind of jabbed at and ends up going to the near side corner. Flipped up the near side wall. Doesn't get out. It was actually soccered down. Good job cutting him off there as McCullough didn't get it deep, but she did the job not letting the player fly by. Into the final 5. Looking just to tie it up along the boards, McHugh. It was taken away a little bit too easily. Sent on through the lip of the crease. And that is how the period will end. A wildly entertaining hockey game here between the Assiniboine Community College Cougars and the Bishop's University Gators comes to a conclusion through the first 40. It is a 2-1 lead for the Bishop's University Gators. When we come back, we'll have third period action in this great hockey game between these two squads. Stay tuned. You're watching the ACHA Division II Women's National Championships on the ACHA YouTube network.
Rink just takes it out of you. Like a goddamn vampire sucking at your soul.
Seriously. Oh my gosh. Oh. At least the girls downstairs are cute. I like going to talk to them. What? At least the girls downstairs are cute. Just go downstairs and talk to them during period. Down the little ACHA. The commissioner or two friends. Yeah. Yeah. That's too bad. You alright there, bud?
No, I'm dying slowly.
Say, you're the one that's got the least amount of work to do. No, it's not mine. Say, you got the easy job here.
I'm not sleeping.
No?
I'm to bed at 3.
Why?
Because I couldn't sleep. Like, I'm not sleeping. Like, I toss and turn about 2 or 3 times.
Let's say, how's my bracket doing?
Hey, look, Toma. It's all adapter mess.
out of Columbus, Ohio, as we put 20 minutes on the clock here, getting ready for period number 3. We've got 40 in the books. It started with a goal for the, let's see here, actually Bishop's University struck first back in the first at 3:46 on the power play. That would be answered with a goal by Heidi from Frederick at the 11:30 mark, but then at 12:08, Parental would get a high sticking call, and while on the power play, the second power play goal of the game would cash in, as Belanger will get her first of the tournament from La Chazelle and Briere, and that made it a 2-1 hockey game. There was another power play later in the period for the Cougars. They were unable to cash in on it, and as a result, we are currently sitting at a 2-1 game. The Cougars are in the dark jerseys. The Gators, I beg your pardon, are from Bishop's University, are in the white jerseys. Puck's going to be brought on in over the line. They look to carry it on through, and unable to do so, they are on the first opportunity. Nice little stick lift there by number 17 in black. That's Frederick to help keep the puck in for a moment. It comes over to the near side boards, and helping out to keep it in at the line was Heidi. It comes out to center, looking for an outlet. They play it on further. Tipped on through. It didn't carry all the way through. And it's now going to be controlled on in. And played on through. Tipped on further. Now it's rink wide feed here to Heidi. They're unable to make the play on that opportunity. And it's going to go in and be grabbed on an offside call, or on a goalie hold, with 18:59. Just a minute gone by here in period number 3. So happy to have you with us there. Might have been lacking the audio there, but it should have been right with us on the video touch. We've got 18:59 to go. 18-14. Shots favor the Cougars. 2-1. The score favors the Gators. And now the Gators come away with it. 2-on-2. Backhanded in, and that's just going to get right to the netminder and be held, as Alec didn't like that, and we'll get an off defensive zone face-off, but a fresh line out there. Tomorrow, the Assiniboine squad will play Adrian, who got a victory today, so Adrian is at 1-1. There's a play to the middle, look out, and it's going to be controlled and backhanded around. I think if you get that 3-way tie, I believe that's when it goes to goals scored. So that could be interesting, as that's going to be sent on in. Although I guess if it was one of the teams with 2 wins occurred against the other 2, both of the wins. Well, we'll have to see and let it play out. Because let's see here, Assiniboine, Bishop, and Adrian all have 1. If Assiniboine loses this one but beats Adrian. Or excuse me, if Assiniboine wins this one, they get to 2-0, but then lose to Adrian, they'll be 2-1. Adrian, that would put them at 2-1. And the Bishop's University squad plays Loyola Chicago, so if they beat them tomorrow, they would be 2-1. So we could have a 3-way tie at 2-1 tomorrow in this division. Be interesting to see how it all plays out, but we still have 18:10 left on the clock to decide what's going to happen in this one. Poole queuing it around, and it's going to be coming out loose and in front of the cage. Dangerous play there for the Cougars, but they're able to get it out of trouble. Nice job by the Gators to slow up the rushes. That was poked down by Deborah Burke, slowing it up. That play is going to be offside, and they don't touch it, so there's no offside call, and now it's going to be thrown on down. Was this going to be offside? Nope. There are no icing on that play. Behind the net, Haley Anderson. It's dropped on back, and they try to get to the left wing side. Good little throw of the brakes on by Heidi. She wanted to get to the red line and dump it deep. Couldn't do so. Now it's forced, though, by Blight. Turnover was forced by Blight. Good job by her as she rushed the Gators player. The Cougars bring it in. A rising shot in and out of the glove of the netminder, and the referee had lost sight of the puck. So with that, we will get a whistle and a face-off with 22 to go in a 2-1 hockey game. Shots on goal 19-15 now. They were 9-6 after 1 in favor of Assiniboine. They've been credited with 10 since, and the opposition has been credited with 9. Puck to the point, held in as they jam it in further. They look to the line as it's actually going to squirt out to center ice. Winding up and bringing it on in. Centering pass through, a chance, and it just rolled off the stick there, and then a save was made as Doherty was in the slot looking for an opportunity. And a save was made, and a big stop there as Caputo up to the task on that one. Face off in the near side circle. Now they're working on back to the point. McHugh hands it off. They try to move it to the middle. That didn't connect. Belanger couldn't get it out. That's going to allow the Cougars to keep the pressure on as it works into the far side corner. Spinning away is McGovern. McGovern couldn't get it back to the, or excuse me, that was Frederick who couldn't get it back to the point as the Gators bringing it over the line. They couldn't carry it all the way through, and this is going to be a delayed offside call if they do chip it in, which they never could. And now turning with it and winding up at center ice is number 17 in black. That's Frederick. She'll just chip it in and now pouring after it. She goes into the boards with her 17 counterpart McGovern. 21 Belanger in there as well. Yeah, there's another Cougar player whose number currently covered at this point. Referee watching it, not saying they got to play it. They switched sides, and that player in there for the Cougars was number 6, Blair Bodie. Bodie had a little bit of a hook as she finally gets it untangled from Belanger. It's going to be tipped up the wall, trying to catch up to it, and it was just knocked away at the last second as Underhill wanted to bust through. They move over to the far side boards, and the Cougars back in control. A little bit of stumbling and fumbling, but now it's handled, and in full flight they bring it back. That's 16 in black, firing it on in. That's Haley Anderson doing the work. Into the far side corner it goes where Bodie slows it up. The follow-up comes to the line, not out. Held in, and the Cougars will go give chase down below the goal line. 1-on-2, and it's won by the Cougars. They center it to the middle, and it's just deflected, and Karam's out to center ice. They have to recover, skate to stick, and a good play there by Parento. She's got 2 penalties in this game that have led to 2 power play goals, but she's also had some good offensive opportunities as well. Spinorama backhand play, moving it on along. They tip it through to the middle. It never found its mark in Rachel Charles, and now we get a rush on back. They gain the red and then the blue to the Gators. They got forced out, though. Really, there was not much room there along the left wing side. Drop pass connects with its mark. Cougars will bank it off the backboards. Looking for a way out now is Alderson. She's helping out behind the cage. Couldn't get it any further than the top of the circle along the near side boards. And she's got to peel back. That was actually, I don't know, that might have been 16 Anderson. Got a little bit of a jersey tuck issue. Yeah, that was, I think, actually 16 Anderson. She's also a defenseman, so that would also make more sense. But now it's dug out and controlled by Charles. Lead feed is a good one. Looking to get wide here is going to be Neufeld. Neufeld wants to move through, and again, the Gators do a great job closing that one off. It's tipped on in, coming over the top to make a play on it is going to be Megan McGovern. She chips it out, and is this going to have enough for icing? No, they waved it off. Good job by McGovern to get it the length and force the Cougars all the way back. Puck now to the far side corner. They dig away at it. It's going to be dug out and controlled for the moment and following up. And yes, they do have control. With speed over the line, bringing it in is Meade. Tried to let one go and did, but a good sliding save was made by Caputo with 13 minutes and 54 seconds to go in what's been a pretty swift-moving third period. We sit at a 2-1 game here as the 2-seed Bishop's University trying to hang on here as a little bit more pressure has been put on by Assiniboine, the Cougars, but for the most part, it is the Gators that have the lead. Well, that's actually not for the most part. That's factually accurate, and they've done a nice job for the most part defensively. Keeping that lead is probably where I was going with that one. That puck's going to be angled off the near side glass. 2-on-3, and a good back check made by Belanger broke that one up. Gators now want to angle it off the far side boards, but they will. Quickly, it was stolen and knifed back in by Rink on the other side. She couldn't get through. Bit of a collision in the neutral zone, and then ends up being spiked down in, and now going off for a change after doing that was Lauren Blight. Far side of the rink. Look out here, turnover, and that clearing attempt. It's going to work its way to the near side after that shot whizzed wide. Armand in there. Sent back to the line, not out. That shot was blocked, and now we get a race back for it. Quickly covering is Briere. Touch pass through, didn't connect. Second effort gets chased on back by number 17, Frederick. And now the Cougars look to spread out and load up. Long stretch pass is a good one, but just unable to handle it. A little too hot to handle for the forward up there, up the ice was Alderson, I beg your pardon. Now a little time and space for Frederick. She moves in. Nice play over the line. That shot was blocked. The follow-up's going to come by way of Doherty. Aaron Doherty taps it on further below the goal line. They want to get it down low. Good job by the Gators to force it into the corner. They joust away there. It's going to be dug out, though, and Spooner will try to clear it on the far side. It gets as far as the line and will roll out. Good job there by Burke to force it. And spinning back and not liking what she had was McHugh. Little gentle saucer pass, and now they find room on the near side. Look out here. Full speed ahead. Bringing it in. Parento cuts to the middle. A chance and a glove save. And what a stop by Caputo. With speed down the left wing, Parento let the shot go, and Caputo up to the task to make that save with 12:08 to go and a 7-shot difference, 1-goal different game. Faceoff's going to move down to the left wing, near side circle. Good rush again by the forward Parento, but a good stop by the netminder, Caputo, to keep this a 1-goal game. Deciding not to pinch in is McHugh. That's going to give, but she gives him an outlet as it does stay in. There's a point shot through traffic, and that got the backboards. Now the Gators take it away, looking to spin and carrying it out. They get it as far as center ice, where the Cougars take it right on back. Long stretch pass there, wasn't able to be handled by number 13, Charles. Good job by the Gators to reverse flow. It comes to the top of the circle and couldn't get out. Now a little time and space behind the net by Christine Gauthier. She'll play it up the half boards. Look out here. Puck came off awkwardly, and it's going to roll to and be gloved off by Caputo. Whistle and a face-off upcoming. 11:24 left here in period number 3. We settle in for an offensive zone face-off for the Cougars. Good job by the Gators as they're going to play it around to the near side corner. Trying to help it out there was Armand. She couldn't get it out, and now Charles wants to lay it to the middle. That didn't connect, and it's taken now by Briere. 2 passes later, it's up and flipped on through. Look out here, but a good job corralling that pass, and now moving back is Heidi. Sent over to the near side boards. More help defensively came back by way of Charles, but it's the Gators in control as Armand has it. She'll lay it on back and get it right on back. Armand taps it off the near side wall. It's going to be swept in by Melange, and that's going to force the Cougars back in deep. Clock down to 10 minutes and 45 seconds left in this one. They battle along the far side board. They look to dig it out as the Gators take more time off, and finally it's in control of number 16, Anderson. The lead feed gets number 10 in full flight, Parento. She'll backhand one on, and that is going to be gloved and held by Caputo with 10:26 on the clock. Offensive zone face-off coming up. The draw on the dot's going to be controlled by the Cougars as they're going to rush on over for it. Good job spanking one in and towards the cage, and that was let go by Meade. Now it's again sent rink wide. Can Meade keep it in? It took a weird hop on her. It's going to be a puck battle right at the line. It's going to be dug out and controlled. 2-on-2 over the line. They bring it in, a long shot on, and a save was made, and it is going to be held by the netminder Ellick. Her first save in a while, but she was up to the task there as we are 4 seconds shy of the halfway point of period number 3. Face off in the far side circle here. Time starting to become a little bit of a factor here, though they only need one to the Cougars. It's played up near side boards. Caromed out, and a long stretch pass missed everybody. Coming back to touch will be number 11, Gauthier, and she will take the icing call here with 9:53 remaining on the clock. After the icing call, 7 seconds beyond the halfway point of the period. Faceoff's going to go below the goal line as Paris will look to bring it on out. Or excuse me, that was 7. McHugh looks to bring it on out. And she will in full flight. Over the line, cuts to the middle, a shot and a blocker save. The rebound got thrown right on, and a good shot by Doherty. Best rush for a while for the Cougars. Now it's going to work its way over to the near side boards. Digging out, and the Gators get it as far as center, and a good defensive play there by Cunningham to take some more time off the clock. Played on in, Gauthier. behind the net. She'll rattle it around the boards, but she had a receiver there in Cunningham. Give and go quickly, and it's carried on through. Trying to get by here is Charette. She moves to the middle. Charette down the bottle, and a bullet shot got the post, and the rebound came bouncing in front. And finally, it's going to be grabbed and held by Ellick with 9:12 to go in a 2-1 hockey game. And with that, we're going to take a quick break. 9:12 to go. Come on back and join us for the finish of this one.
The 2018 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by the Columbus Blue Jackets. For tickets and more, visit bluejackets.com. R-Bar, the official ACHA 2018 Nationals post-game hangout and best hockey bar in Columbus. And by the Greater Columbus Sports Commission. Columbus has no off-season.
And we're back here at Chiller Easton. One more game still to go on the slate today, so be sure you stick with us for that one. Who has only played one game? It looks like that's going to be North Dakota State against Chicago Loyola in the C bracket. And with Delaware losing, that becomes a big game, as the winner of that one will tie Delaware up at 1-1. Now Loyola Chicago, I believe, did lose to Delaware yesterday. So if North Dakota State can win this game tonight, they'll both be 1-1, and it'll be an elimination game tomorrow, as North Dakota State is scheduled to play Delaware. So that could be an interesting happenstance in that one. Meanwhile, still a lot to determine in that D pool, as it's Assiniboine and Bishops and Adrian as the three teams in there. Adrian's at 1-1. One of these two teams are going to be at 1-1. One's going to be at 2-0. And the games tomorrow, Bishops is going to play Loyola Chicago, while Assiniboine will be going up against Adrian. So, a lot to be determined still in that Pool D bracket. Minot State is already advanced, and then straight up in the A bracket, pretty simple to know. It's going to be a Lakehead battle against Boston College to determine who's going to the Final Four of the Division II women's tournament. Still something left to decide here, as we have hit the 8-minute, 52 seconds to go in the third period. Puck's going to be swung back up the far side boards. Tipped on through to center ice. Good back check there. Didn't allow that to get out completely by Doherty. But the Gators outworking it there and send it in deep. A little bit of a touch and turn and a long bomb pass. That's going to miss everybody. No icing on this play, though. Questionable call there, as going in deep to play it. Good job to draw the traffic was McGovern. And they will bring it out. Long stretch pass. Just missed number 13, Armand. She's able to pull back and grab it. Chipping it into the far side corner. Heidi in below the goal line. Plays it back around, and they reverse slow. And they tap it off the boards and out to center. And it's going to be rifled right back in by Gauthier. But that puck's going to go out of play. And with 8:13 to go, we will get a whistle and a face-off coming up. Shots on goal, 25-17. Score is going to be 2-1 here, as these two teams continue to press back and forth. 25 shots have been put on by the squad from the Cougar squad, but they've only been able to solve the netminder Caputo once. They're trying to get the equalizer here, as that's going to be shot on in. It's going to rim around the bottom of the boards and fire it around to the near side corner. They try to center it in front. Look out here. There was a man there and just unable to get through to Rachel Charles, the woman in the top of the crease. Now stick tie up, knocks the player down, and the outlet pass that was just too far. Cougars will look to circle again. They play it ahead. It was behind Parento, who was looking for it on her right. It came by her on her left. Not enough for icing, though. And pitching down the wall, going to be the Cougars. I believe that was the defenseman, number 16, Anderson. To the far side it goes. Rink applies the forecheck pressure. But it's a long stretch pass that will get out of the zone. Circling on back is number 16, Haley Anderson. It was Alyssa Alderson a moment ago who had the pressure, and now it's just going to be chopped back in, and Anderson will come back for it. Number 16 in black. Played around to the near side wall. That's where Lauren Blight's going to pick it up. Actually, it didn't have enough to get to her on the first attempt. This could be icing, but coming over to make the play here is going to be Di Tommaso. I beg your pardon, Di Tommaso. Brought in on a 2-on-3. That shot's going to be blocked and rolled into the near side, far side corner. Good job by Belangi just to keep it down below the goal line. It's going to find a little bit of room here on the outside rim of the near side circle and get back out to center. But again, spiked right back in deep on a good play by Jessica Briere. Under 7 to go here, circling back. looking for a place to outlet. Lead feed is a good one. And now it's going to be sent in and going in after it here as the Blight shoot in. But control had and around by Briere. Fires it through. It's caught in the corner. They reverse flow and a little bit more time and space here to the near side boards. They can't get it out. Pushing it in further. That's a good job by McHugh coming down the line. The Gators come up with it though. They skate it swiftly out of the zone on a good play by number 15 in White Spooner, but it's turned back over and brought in by McHugh. McHugh has to go wide, and she was looking for somebody to drop it to at the point. That wasn't there. She swings it in front and a chance, and it's loose. They look behind her. And finally the whistle blows as it was underneath the goaltender Caputo and would not go. With 6:04 to go in period number 3, a 2-1 lead still being clung to by the Bishops University Gators. Off the draw here. In the face-off dot, it stays there for a moment and just settles down. Now it's going to be cleared up the wall, but not out. Spinorama play keeps it in deep. They're looking in front. Comes all the way around, thrown to the middle, and that's deflected and stolen. Now a break opportunity. A good cutoff there was made by Anderson, and she didn't let that get free. And Heidi's got to keep drifting on back. Anderson will go get it into the far side corner. Anderson tipping it off the boards. Alderson tried to come up with it further. She could not. And now it's going to be played in deep. Another opportunity for Heidi to play it around. It comes to the near side where Doherty is. Doherty sweeps it on out to center, and it's going to be brought on back 2-on-3. Good little feed here as they cut in through the middle. That shot was going to be blocked, but a little chip and chase there as the very active Parento goes and gets it. Lays it in down low for Frederick. Thrown through the middle, a shot, oh, and what a stop! Keeping the leg down and coming up with a big save again, Jessica Caputo to keep this a 2-1 game with just 5:11 on the clock. I tell you, they have come close multiple times, have the Cougars. They have just not been able to tie the score. That side of the net loose, and it comes free through the lip of the crease. Out the other side where it's going to be tamped on in by Alderson. Sent side of the cage, and a short side shot by Charles ends up getting blockered up to the glass. Belanger trying to tie it up. It's dug up by the Cougars. They working on max to the point. Parento hands it on. There's a shot blocked. Rebound loose, and then it's just going to be stuck into the corner. Follow-up comes, and it's cleared to the top of the circles. Not out, though. It stays in deep. Run off hard is Charles as she tried to keep the line, and that's going to be cleared out to center. Back to get it will be Anderson. She'll look to outlet. That puck's deflected and hit right in front of her bench. Anderson's going to pop on it here. She's got a little room up the middle. She'll go through that Blue Jackets logo. Sends it into the far side corner. Good help comes by way of number 3, Kalia Rink. But she couldn't keep it in deep. That's cleared to the line and out as it just rolled out to center. And an offside call upcoming and a face-off here to the near side of the rink. With 4:10 on the clock, a 2-1 game. Shots now 27-17 in favor of the Cougars. The Gators have done a nice job forcing most of those shots to the side. Some have been some grade A scoring chances, but really of those 27 shots, I'm not really sure how many would be grade A quality scoring chances. Some yes, a lot no. Now back the other way, trying to get in wide. Here's going to be Neufeld. The shot saving, the rebound is loose, and it's going to be cleared away again. Good job by the Gators to collapse that one off. There's a puck through to center, and the Cougars, as much as they're pressing, they've done just as good a job not giving up a breakaway back the other way, which can sometimes happen. Lauren Blight on it. She's waiting for fresh linesmates, so she's going to take it down below the circle. All the way around she goes. Looks in front. Nobody there, so she cycles it back in. They look to get the cycle game going with help coming from McHugh down below the goal line. She'll now peel off on a line change with 3:23 to go here. That puck is in deep. Static. I got a lot of static. Into the final 2:56 now as again the Cougars send it in deep. They'll look to get over to the far side. It's cleared up the wall, not out. Good keep there by number 16, Anderson at the line, and now it gets chopped out with 2:44 and counting to go here. Going to start looking down to our right to see if the net gets emptied. At center ice, Belanger has it. She had poked off her stick, but there was a defenseman back trying to get it out further, and that's tapped off the near side boards. Good work in there by Spooner. That's backhanded to the line. McGovern, though, takes it away before it could get deep. Now they try to clear it away, and it's going to be a whistle's going to blow, and I believe it's going to be an offside call with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in a game that is sitting at 2-1. Cougars trying to get the equalizer here, trying to press to get the equalizer. They have been unable to do so. They were tied for all of, roughly about a minute, and then the power play goal by Belanger at the 12:35 mark after it had been tied by Heidi at 11:31. So they were equal for just a moment. And speaking of just a moment, we're going to step aside. We have 2:20 left. Come on back and join us for the finish of this one. .220 left on the clock. Welcome back inside Chiller Easton here as we're seeing a heck of a game between Bishop's University Gators and the Assiniboine Community College Cougars. Cougars get it to the middle. Now they drop it on back to the point. They send it rink wide. A one-timer! Saved, and the rebound is held. Again, another really nice save by Jessica Caputo. 8 seconds ticked off the clock on that opportunity. Settling in for the draw here on the offensive end will be Frederick. Frederick couldn't pull it on back. And it's going to be backhanded around to the hash marks, on the boards on the hash marks. They get it to the line again, not out. Good keep by the Cougars. They decide to slam it back in instead of go for a shot on goal. In deep to help out is going to be number 13, Charles. She couldn't get to it. Gators are going to clear it to the line and not out yet. Good keep there, and now having to go in after it is Charles to help keep the pressure on. She cannot do so. It's tied up along the near far side board. The swinging clear will get down the ice. Will they have enough for icing? No. That makes that clear even better. Meade now has to chase it back. Net is still occupied at this point. Meade with a long stretch pass. That got deflected, but controlled right back on and sent right back ahead by Briere. They got to reload again to the Cougars. That puck, again Briere over along the wall. She tried to chip it on forward. The follow-up comes by way of number 16, Anderson, though. It's fired in wide. The netminder's still in this one. They have not pulled the goaltender yet with 1:15 go. A centering pass and a chance in front. That didn't connect. The Gators, though, lose the puck. It's played to the middle, and it's stamped in for a moment, and now the Gators may have a break. 3-on-2 they come. And able to just chip it on, chase it on deeper is Charette. It goes down below the goal line. Charette laying off on McHugh so as not to draw a penalty. Under a minute to go in this one. Gators have it tied up right where they want it, but it finally is going to be kicked out, and you got to think that the netminder is going to be coming now. Full speed ahead over the line. It's Doherty bringing it in outside rim of the circle. She dropped it on back, looking to cut on through the middle. That's played on, and now going to get it in the corner to help out there is Doherty. She sends it to the middle. That's deflected. Rebound while diving down. Got thrown towards the cage, and it spiked off into the corner. 31.7 to go. Played to the middle there, and the one-timer, that got knocked away before it could get shot on goal. Cougars trying to get the equalizer. That pass across was blocked with 20 to go in the period. It cycled back in further, and it's cleared out by the Gators to center. 16 seconds left in this one. It's fired up as they touch up, and will look to pour in after it. On to the far side it goes. McCullough wants to clear it. It ends up hitting the top of the boards and stays in with 5 seconds left in the period. Puck's going to be cleared to the line, not out. 2 seconds left. Another shot. That was blocked, and that will do it. The Bishop's University Gators are going to get this victory today. They pile off their bench and hug their netminder, as they should, because Jessica Caputo was fantastic in this game today. They huddle all around her and congratulate her on the 2-1 victory here in the Pool D matchup. This will put the Bishops University Gators, into the top spot in Pool D. Folks, thank you so much for joining us here. One final time, our final score. Assiniboine falls by a score of 2-1 to Bishops University Gators. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got more ACHA Division II women's hockey action coming up next.